you can't have a sustainable economy without sustainable transportation. In the U.S., the transport sector is the largest source of carbon emissions for the country, and it has to be a part of the solution. And in the United States, we have a blueprint to decarbonize the sector by 2050. That includes making our communities more convenient. That means that people can safely bike, walk to the places where they need to go, whether it's work, shops, services. That includes land use planning, it includes transit-oriented development. The second pillar is efficiency. We know that the rail and transit are much more efficient than cars. We're not going to force people to do that. We're going to give them affordable, accessible, reliable options to do that. And we've got more money than we've ever had because of legislation that passed in a bipartisan way and that President Biden signed. And then the third leg of the stool is moving towards more energy efficiency. We've got 500,000 chargers that we're going to put in the ground thanks to the bipartisan infrastructure law, and we're putting thousands of zero-emission buses. We're working to decarbonize the maritime sector with our international colleagues. The very last thing I'll mention is that we can't just focus on the emissions that happen when you're operating the system or driving the vehicle, but the life cycle emissions of how much energy it takes to produce the carbon, to produce the concrete, to put the steel on the ground. And so we've got a buy clean policy for the first time ever. Very excited that the United States, at President Biden's direction, is back on the international stage on these issues. The supply chain crisis came at us with a real surprise, and people staying at home, spending a lot, the ships piling up on the West Coast. And what we realized is that the foundations of those problems weren't at the ports themselves, but rather inland. And so we had to get very smart on things like warehousing capacity, on drayage trucks, and making sure that people are actually picking up the cargo that they've got. It took a lot of work, but I think what we were able to do in the U.S. Was take that moment of crisis and really reinvest in the intermodal investments, improve the information sharing that we're doing across industry in a way that protects the intellectual property and the commercial advantages of each individual player, but it gives everybody a better sense of what's coming when.